all theories are, in their own way, prophecies. By either means, one predicts the future by observing the present. Wherever, for however long, faith and science intersect, remnants of that collision thus often remain. In some places, it lives on in language, tones and words culled from an event so monumental that it necessitated the invention of a new sound by which to define the universe. In others, it endures in legend, be that a cave painting or a footnote long left unquoted, marginalia in the script of history. In others still, however, it is both. Take the phrase, heart of hearts. Colloquially, it denotes sincerity, a vow that the speaker knows something to be true at a fundamental level. In actuality, the heart of hearts is a particular entity, a disembodied circulatory system approximately 8 feet in diameter, which levitates an equivalent height above an unmapped quadrant of Sumapaz National Natural Park in Bogota, Colombia. The outlying veins and ventricles encircle the central chambers like rings about a cosmic body, which pulses at a rate of 75 BPM, the average heart rate of a resting human being. A mild but steady stream of blood percolates through the mass and into the earth below, where it is absorbed by the surrounding biome. The Gaia hypothesis postulates that Earth is itself, collectively, a living being, a titanic organism within which humans are equivalent to the cells which comprise their own bodies, comparatively feeble constituents of an enduring whole. There is truth to this, but, as ever, the details are not so simplistic. Certain adherents of the belief hold that the heart of hearts is bound to the hearts of all who now live. That if disrupted, it will deliver a sting to some number of those hearts, a cardiac arrest of untold proportions. And then there are, in a sense, its compatriots, the rest of the outer innards. The brain of brains is encased within an ice shelf floating near Berkner Island, on the periphery of Greater Antarctica. A nervous system and isolate, the cerebral mass is roughly the size of an elephant, cooled by the surrounding environment through which its tendrils snake like the roots of a tree. If disrupted, it is said to invoke madness in the populace, if not a stroke in mass. The lung of lungs hangs aloft in an isolated sector of Vietnam's Son Doong cave system, its lobes splayed across stalactites like an airplane-sized butterfly pinned to a collector's board. A proportionate trachea thrusts itself into the chamber's ceiling, silently drawing air from and expelling it to the same uncharted orifice. If disrupted, it is said to catch the breath of untold millions, choking all under its thrall as if plunged into the vacuum of space. The spleen of spleens nestles within a quarry in southern Tanzania, obscured from the view of most by eons of compacted stone and precious minerals. About the size of an infant blue whale, its vessels seem to stray into the surrounding rocks, and yet its connection may be the most spiritual of its compatriots. If disrupted, it is said to seize humanity with a paralyzing and implacable grief, a sadness without end except that which those afflicted may bring upon themselves before the wave passes. The gut of guts has yet to be located in full. From glimpses of its form where exposed, like a slick and colossal worm, it is estimated to stretch across several hundred meters of what are now the catacombs beneath Paris, France. It is the largest of the known innards by far, and, perhaps fittingly, it is regarded as the one with the direst potential. If disrupted, it is said to radiate a wave of sudden and primal hunger, dooming all those afflicted to cracked jaws and burst stomachs as they devour whatever they can in search of a satiation which will never come. You will note the persistent use of that word, disrupted. Across many translations of the same concept, adherents disagree on what it means to disrupt these beings. No conventional weapons can rupture them, and no attempt to remove or relocate them has succeeded. For some, the thought of discovering what would suffice is too haunting to chance. Could climate change be a factor? Overpopulation? Radio waves? A particular quantity of war, of sin? If any such disruption has ever taken place, no credible records remain. Only a fearful faith, a retroactive ascription of mass hysterias and outbreaks to displeasure brought upon the innards. This does not even take into account others which may exist but are as yet undiscovered, which may explain other maladies suddenly brought upon the world in ages past. As to why these organisms are not more widely known, yet how the particulars of their existence and properties came to be agreed upon among so many different enclaves, you may draw your own conclusions. Suffice it to say, there are those whose reign would be challenged by the notion that the supreme force is not capital, not a deity, but rather an assemblage of foreign relics, of which our own forms are but a scattered reflection. That we are not made in anyone's image per se, yet neither do we languish in an atheist's paradise without guidance or purpose. Rather, we are a refraction of higher beings, quiet and inscrutable. The same as the right assemblage of shapes from the right angle may create the appearance of a face or letter. That when infinity itself moves and that angle alters, our purity and calm will be thrown into chaos with no warning, no appeal, no consolation. That we are the illusion of wholeness until the imperceptible literally or figuratively shifts around us. We are part of something greater. All that remains is learning whether that something knows this too. And if not, what it will do when it finds out.